Well, Mr. Crawford, have you had an opportunity to discuss Mr. Wilson's motion with your client?
I have, Your Honor. This is actually 3 motions in one. First, they asked this young lady be deprived of her husband's very substantial estate. This is because of an agreement she purportedly signed.
Purportedly signed? Mr. Crawford, am I to understand that you're contesting the authenticity of the signature in this agreement?
No, sir.
Please explain.
If Your Honor will look at the last page of the so-called agreement, the list of assets bears no initials.
Somewhat irregular. Make your point, Mr. Crawford.
Your Honor, we intend to prove that these 2 women literally defrauded young Mrs. Chancellor. This is not an agreement between a husband and a wife. Rather, this so-called post-nuptial agreement is the sole creation of Mr. Wilson's clients, concocted with fraudulent intent.
Are you saying the deceased Philip Chancellor III knew nothing of this agreement?
That is what we intend to prove, Your Honor.
All right, go on.
In order to manipulate this young woman, Mrs. Abbott and Mrs. Sterling concealed the extent of her husband's estate.
That's rather a strong allegation, Mr. Crawford.
I'm aware of that, Your Honor.
Are you prepared to prove this?
I will prove it, Your Honor, but I need time to prepare my case.
Your Honor, my clients are prepared to proceed right now. This estate is without administration and the minor child without legal representation. That situation cannot be allowed to continue.
I think that's a valid point, Mr. Crawford.
Judge Harris, if you feel this is a fishing expedition or a delaying
Frankly, that's exactly what I think.
I can assure you it's not. I want specific tests done on these documents. It will take time to get the results. I want to talk to the former administrator of Philip Chancellor's trust. I want to take depositions from Mr. Sherman, Mrs. Abbott, and Mrs. Sterling.
Your Honor, this is completely unacceptable. Now, what would happen to the estate during the time that it takes him to do this? Now, we have a signed agreement in this young woman's own hand giving up her rights to the estate. She's literate. She can read. Counsel himself has told you that they do not question the authenticity of her signature.
Your Honor, may I remind you that it is our contention Nina Chancellor was deceived into signing this paper.
Gentlemen, obviously there is a dispute. Before I grant either motion, I would like to hear some testimony from one of these witnesses about this.
I am ready. Let me testify, Your Honor.
Mrs. Sterling, I'll hear from you.
Catherine, remember the baby. Remember?
Remain standing and raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear that the evidence you are about to give in this cause, now on hearing, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
You may be seated.